Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all. Today, we are starting another Book Nook project. I am having so much fun with these. These are awesome, and I think a great way to add a little more content to the channel. This is definitely going to be a multi-parter. I don't know how many parts, but that box is huge. We are going to be building the Beyond Library Max. So why don't we just get started? I'll take a look at the packaging, see what comes inside, and get on with this build. Alright, so here's the packaging, and this is a heavy piece. Oh my. As you can see, Beyond Library Max, you get a nice little image of some of what we can expect out of this thing. Ugh. Alright. Nice little product image of the final piece. And, you know, just your basic advertisements and things like that. Let's see here what's inside. Alright. Minicity. This is not only a mini city you built. Okay. I don't know what that means, but cool. Maybe maybe a brand name or something? Alright. Here we go. Alright. Oof. Alright. So, there's all our wood right there. Can't tell, it looks like it might be stickers. Nice little hammer this time around. That's cool. I like that. Okay. LEDs. Looks like maybe a battery box of some sort. Alright. Some tweezers. That little globe there. Got no idea what that is. Is that some glue? If it is, it's not glue I'll be using, I'm sure. But this was a grade adhesive. Yeah, this is some sort of glue here. Cool. Little sanding file. Oh, wait. That's not just a piece of paper. Those are some clear stickers. How much you want to bet that's for the wiring? We'll see how well those hold up. The last piece we did, those little clear adhesive stickers for the wiring, that did not go well. Alright, and let's see what else we got here. Oh my. Book covers. Jeez Louise. Okay. These are all stickers, I think. I'm going to be putting these covers on a lot of books, I feel. As well as a few other stickers to go with it. Man, that's 5 sheets of stickers. That's a lot. And assuming that this is also stickers, that's going to be 6 sheets of stickers. And our instruction book. Look at this. Alright. Nice full color pieces to help us get this together. That is going to be incredible. All right, let's get this wrapping off and see what comes on the wood. All right, y'all, I'm going free cam here because there's a lot to unpack. This is a 6-foot table. And as you can see, it is entirely covered in these pieces. You've got excuse me, an amazing amount of detail on these pieces. The artwork, the paint is incredible. Love this. That is just great. You can see books on the bookshelves. Great pieces here. Now we've got some plastic to go with it. So that's what these are. These are all plastic. I think this is the dust cover. And then of course we've got our stickers coming on down. I believe that's going to be the roof of the piece. I believe that's what that is. And some more plastic. This is not like regular stickers. This is much thicker, like really thin cardboard for these. Maybe this is the roof. I don't know. This definitely looks like it's going to be the floor, but who knows? I could be wrong there too. And this, I'd be willing to bet all of these are supposed to be the books, and we're going to have to put stickers on all of them. So that'll be fun. Might be worth noting, these are labeled, every one of them, by letter. So you got A up here, this one's B, C, so on and so forth. However, it completely skips I. It goes from H straight to J. There is no I. I don't know why. Maybe they've got a problem with it. Maybe they thought just a simple I would be mistaken for something else, but there is no I. I checked the instructions and yeah, it just skips. So we've got all the parts here. I am so looking forward to this. But let me clean this up so that I have a little place to work. We'll get some parts out and start building. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and kick things off here. And the first thing you want to do on any of these projects, of course, is test the electronics. So I've got some batteries in here and there it goes. As you can see, the lights are working beautifully. So we are good to go there. Now, first step for this particular project, I'm not going to do a whole lot of it on camera because it's huge. I could probably make an entire video of just this first step, but that wouldn't be fair to you guys. So I think what I'm actually going to do is try to get this done, say, evenings after work, and then do other projects on the weekend to make up the difference until I am ready to continue with this. But what you're going to need is sheet L, sheet R, and all 5 of your sticker sheets here. And basically what we're going to be doing is making books. Now there are 4 types. On sheet R here, you can see we've got these smaller rectangles. These are part 1, and there are 67 of them, along with these smaller rectangles with a little tab on the bottom. And there are 7 of those. Those are part 2. All of these will be using book covers B. That's these smaller ones. They go into page 2 all the way down to here. On sheet L, you've got these larger blocks, and sheet R again has these larger blocks with tabs. There's only 4 of them with tabs. Here there's, I think, 190 something. I just did a little quick math in my head, and those are all going to be using book covers C, which go through the rest of the pages, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if my math is correct, we should have 2 of each size book cover sticker spare, and all of these will be covered. Doing it is fairly simple. Just punch one out. And normally I would sand that a little bit. but this actually punched out pretty cool, pretty nice. So I won't worry about that for now. Then you pull out your sticker and you just fold it around. Just like that, right there. So I've got one done and about 260 to go, which is why I don't intend to do this on camera, because that's just drone work. It's just complete and total repetition. But we also have 4 open books. I would be using these book covers A, along with what they call folding books. These are just the pages. So you accordion the pages, and then you stick it in the center of the book covers A cover there, and then you'll have a nice little book you can open, and you got 4 of those, along with all of these. So let me go ahead and do this. It could be a week, maybe 2, depending on timing. And then I will be back and I will show you the results and we will continue with this build. Hello again. All right, so this is about a week after I filmed the last section there. And as you can see, we've got all our books done. This was, as anticipated, a massive slog. Took maybe 3.5 to 4 hours, give or take, but there you have it, and we are ready to begin the next step. All right, here are the parts that we need for step 1. These are all plastic parts, and I gotta tell you, I'm really not happy here. You can see I've got gloves on. I hate using gloves, but these things will take fingerprints like there's no tomorrow. More than that, the protective film that they had covering it, the adhesive does not come off cleanly. So using microfiber cloths and low alcohol wipes and stuff like that to try and clean it off, it's just it takes a while and it is nasty business. But these will be fairly easy to assemble, so there's that. They all come from sheet T. We've got 17, 16, 21, 20, and 10. With 10, you can see there's this tab on the bottom. That will go through the slot. Right here, we'll start with 20. It'll just go right through like that. Now you see there's a circular hole. As you're pushing these together, make sure that circular hole on all of them lines up. So we've got 20, then 21, then 16, and finally 17. So it should all go together just like that. Okay, for this next bit, we're gonna pull out our lights here. Now, one thing it's important to note, these LEDs there's 7 of them, and they're labeled L1 through 7, and it's based on length, with 1 being the shortest, 2 being the next, so on and so forth. So for this stage, you'll need L3, so the 3rd shortest, I guess. And what you'll do is you'll take part A9 here, and in this orientation, you'll push the light in through the top, just like this. That's all gonna sit to the side for a while. Then we'll bring out the assembly we did in part 1, and this is gonna come up from the bottom through that hole. So with that in place, and the cable coming out the front, and right between those plastic barriers there, sure it's nice and tight. And then this is part N. And there's this tab here. We're just gonna plug that in right there in part N. If I can get it lined up right. And yes, I know, I took my gloves off. I'm gonna give the plastic a wipe down again once I've finished with all this, but there we go. All right. Just confirm that's in. It is in. That is unfortunately, however, a little bit of a loose fit. So we're going to use a little glue. Now, obviously this comes with some glue, but I will be using Eileen's original tacky glue to hold everything in place. So let me go ahead and get this thing glued in, and I will be right back. Alrighty, with that in place, we're going to take A1. We're going to slide it in right here so that it lines up nice and neat with the holes on the bottom. Yep, works great. Excellent. We're going to make sure that the cable here comes through the groove. We're going to take A6, we're going to punch it into these slots, securing that cable in place, and A1 to the bottom of the frame. So you should have something that looks like that. Nice. All right. And with all of that in place, we're going to take this, which is T11, and it does still have the protective film on it. Like I said, I'm going to give it a bit of a wipe down when I'm done. But we'll go ahead and take this film off. Just like that, there are two holes, and those are going to go in the tabs right here. To hold that in place. Just like that. And there you go. That actually completes steps 1, 2, and 3. And we are ready to move on. I'm sorry, as it turns out, I actually missed a step for 3 here, step 3. That is these two stickers right here. They're gonna go here and here to finish off the look. So let me go ahead and get those stickers on. There we go. And now we're done with steps 1 through 3. All right, kicking things off for step 4 here. We're gonna take part A4. Notice that this tab has these two little slots and the other side does not. The two little slots face the bottom. Make sure you've got the orientation correct. And we're gonna bring out our stickers again, and all of these little sketches here are gonna go on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply them as best I can as demonstrated in the instructions. And there you go. Look at that. That looks beautiful. And with that in place, we're gonna bring out A17 here. And this will just plug right into the back, into those slots right there. Look at that, we are good to go. Now we're gonna assemble this. This probably will need to be glued a little bit. We've got S11 And 2 of these little T2 pieces. I'm just going to slide in there. Excuse me, that's actually S12. And we'll apply a dab of glue. Just a little dab. And now we'll put an S12 in there. Nice. And we'll follow that up with another S12 and another dab of glue. Go. And another little dab of glue. And we're going to put T9 on. Perfect. And now we're going to reverse it. S12, S12, or excuse me, S11, S11, and then one more S12. And there we go. One model pirate ship of a model pirate ship. Irony is not lost on me there. And that is going to go into these 2 slots right there. Just like that. We're going to follow that up with T11, which will go in here, 2 tabs up top, 2 slots here. We'll just slide that puppy in. Now we're going to do, this is D2, and that's going to go on the side here to help hold everything in place. And this is H4, and it'll do the same on the other side. And look at that. We've got the beginnings of a nice little desk. Awesome. Let's see what's next. All right, this next section should be pretty fun. All right, we're gonna be building some drawers here. So we're gonna start with A15 and A13. We're just gonna put it together like this. If it will go together. Holy crap. There it goes. And then we're gonna take another A15 and we'll do the same on the other side. Cool. Then we're gonna take an A10 here, and that will go on the back side. It's got the 3 tabs. Perfect. And we will follow that up with an A11. That'll go on the front side here. Just like that. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but there's a little circle template there. And that is where one of these little A12s is going to get glued. And something like that. Glue will dry clear, so I'm not too worried about the overage there. And now we got to do this 3 more times. All right, now we got 4 of them, and while we wait on the drawer handles to dry, we have part B1 here, and it's got 2 painted on drawers with the same little circles, and we've got 2 more of these A12 drawer knobs to glue in place. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and give these all a little opportunity to dry before I head off to the next step. Alrighty, hopefully that was enough time. And we're gonna bring out the desk we've built so far. We're gonna take this piece. It's just gonna slide right here on the front into those 4 nice little tabs. Look at that. All right, now we've got, this is A7, and then we've got 3 A14s. The 3 A14s are gonna go into those 3 holes right there. All right, and then we're just gonna cover it up with this A7. Booyah, look at that. Now comes the fun part. Well, crap. Looks like I did not leave enough time for the glue to dry, or one of my knobs here. It's okay. It's okay. Here comes the fun part. All right, we're gonna slide all 4 of these drawers in from the back, just like that. Okay. Now you see there's a little notch right here. I'm gonna move these out of the way real quick. We're gonna bring out the base. Right here, there's a little gap between the plastic and the sticker and the base piece here, and the cable goes through it. That gap is for that cable. And you've got a tab right here that's gonna go right in there. And then you've got this slot that'll go on that tab there. And this should act as a backing to prevent the drawers from falling out once it's all in place. And there you go. I gotta admit, that backing, not perfect. I think it could have been a little bit closer, but it does work well enough, I guess. If you wish, each of these drawers can hold 2 book C's. So I'm gonna pull these out a little bit. I'm gonna throw some book C's in there. It doesn't matter which of those, that is user choice. So you do you. Alrighty then. So now I have, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I do have books. I've got 2 books in every one of these drawers. Not a real big fan of how these drawers sit, but well, if it comes down to it, I can always glue them in place. Hopefully it won't come to that. With those in place, we're gonna take A2 here, and that's gonna go into this little slot. It's got an extra long tab, so it will go through all the way through the base. There we go. Now, we've got this little wooden piece right here. It's got a slot here and a slot here, and there are matching slots here and here for this to go into. Perfect, just like that. And this little cubby right here is for the battery box. Now, what you're going to want to do is make sure, near as I can tell, that the lead with the power switch is up top, because that is obviously the lid here. Does not say anything about gluing the battery box in. Don't know if you need to. That does not look like a tight enough fit to warrant, actually to hold it in place, so it's going to be interesting maneuvering this thing around without this glued in place. Yeah, that is definitely not tight enough to hold it in place, but it does slide in there just like this. Okay, I'm going to leave it unglued for now, and I'm going to hope it does not get in the way. If I have to glue it in place, I will do so. But for now, that's where it goes. With that, what we're going to do is we're going to take a 5 here. There are 2 little slots right there. We're going to plug that right in. Just like that. Look at that. Look how nice that is. And then comes the fun part. I'm hoping I got this right. This is a 18. In the instructions it says A14. However, there are only 3 A14s and we've already used all 3. So I think this is 18. It's also, this one has a little bit of a longer strip on one side of the tab, which is pictured in the instructions. So I believe this is the correct one. I really hope it is. And that should go in just like that. And then we will follow that up with a 8. Make sure the tab on this is facing the rear. And that'll go in just like that. We're going to follow that up with a 3 here. That'll go on the outside. Everything will line up. Should. Alright. There goes the battery box again. But it looks a bit like this. And now we're going to add this, which is a 16. Now you notice it's got this little hole on the bottom there. Well, on the back side, look at that. There's a little tab right there. So that's where that little hole will go. And obviously the big tab goes into the big slot. And there you have it. Alrighty, this next section, I'm actually not, this is gonna be annoying. This next section I'm not gonna do on camera because, well, it's user choice. This shelf here, this one here, this one here, and this one down here all need to be populated with books from the Book C pile. That's the large books, no tab. And we're just going to glue them in. They can be any books you want in whatever way you want to put them in. I'm going to do my best to replicate what they've got in the instructions, but this is totally up to you. So let me get that done and I will see you on the flip side. Alrighty, y'all. I'm back. And just look at those shelves. Look at how that turned out. That is beautiful. Absolutely love it. Now, you may notice these 4 items here. These are little cardboard pieces from sheet S. They're all number 1. There's a bunch of them. You can pick whichever S ones you want. And we're gonna go 2 each on this shelf and on this one, and they will have to be glued in place. So let me go ahead and get that done. Look at that. Looks gorgeous. All right, moving on. Right, next up, we've got B13, B14, and B15. And they've got a little tab on the bottom. That tab is going to go into the plastic piece here. So let's go ahead and get those 3 in. All right, look at that. Now, to kind of hold everything together, we need our stickers again. We've got P4. This here will go here. B5 will go here. Now these are gonna have to be folded and then go into these corners, okay? And then P1 will actually go along the top edge overlapping these to hold it all together nice and neat and make it look like we have some curtains. So let me go ahead and get those stickers on. And there you go. Not sure how I feel about that, but it works. All right, let's see what's next. All right, now it's time to build us a dinosaur. This should be fun. All right, we're gonna kick things off with part B17. And we're gonna start with V10 here. And that's just gonna go right in this slot up top. Just like this. Boom. All right. These are some small pieces, but we'll do our best. We got V7 here. That'll come in the front slot. All right, should look a little something like that. That is a tough one to get in, man. Be gentle, but firm. In fact, I'm not even sure I got it in 100%. I will double check and we can move on. All right. Well, it's in pretty good. So I guess we can move on. Now we've got two of these V12s. And those are gonna go in the slots on either side of V11 that we just put in. There we go, just like that. And now we've got two V9s. Look like that. And those will go into the slots on V10. And it should look like that. I gotta tell you, these things are real delicate and they're not easy to get in there. So be careful when you're doing those. Holy crap. All right, now that we got that in, we've got V22 through 25. And those are going to go in order into the first four slots there. And it should look a little something like that when you're done. Now we're going to start on the ribs here. And that's going to be V13 all the way through V21. Just straight up in order. And there you go. This thing is coming along. Now we're going to take B10 here, and that's the hips. That's going to go right in there, nice and easy. And then we are going to go with V2 through 7 for the next 6 slots. Look at that. All right, we're closing in here. Okay, we're gonna take V26. This is the arm. And that's gonna attach to this rib up here. There's a little tab on one of the ribs. Very clear where it goes. Like that. Then B11, which will go on the hip here. Okay, as it turns out, it was easier to put this on with the hip off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for the other leg. This is B16, and that one will go here. All right, y'all, this is how it goes. I was actually trying to put them on the wrong way, which is why they were so hard to get on. Woo! Well, sometimes the brain needs to kick in, but it finally did. Now, this arm here is just very loose on there, so I think I'm gonna have to glue that. And then we've also got V27, that's this arm, which will go on the other side. I assume that will have to be glued as well. So let me go ahead and get those arms glued in, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, glue's not quite dry yet, but both arms are in, looking good. Last, we got a couple of hips. These are V8 here. And they're gonna go right on the hip bone here. Just like that. And there we go. One complete dinosaur. And we're gonna bring this thing out, and there are two slots here, the tabs on the bottom of the feet. Let's see if this fits. All right, it does, but it's kind of loose, so I'm gonna go and glue that in as well. All right, glue is still drying, but you get an idea what it looks like. Pretty nice, huh? All right. Now we've got U6. It is this puppy right here. Nice little fence. It is gonna go right around here to enclose the balcony. There are 4 tabs. There are 4 slots. You just want to kind of bend it a little bit at the dotted lines to make it fit. Don't break it, just bend it a bit so that it fits. And there you go. Balcony all done. Oh man, this thing is looking great. I can't wait to see what's next. Okay, time to start building some accessories. We got 2 B4s, 7 B5s, and we are basically just gonna make us a ladder. That was much harder to put together than I thought it was gonna be. But we have us a ladder. Okay, time to build us a credenza. All right, we've got part B26, and this is B35. These 2 holes is where these 2 tabs will go. Make sure this tab is facing up. Perfect. Now we have B28, and that'll go into the 2 slots on the edge here. Like this, with the painted side facing in for some reason, but that is what the instructions dictate. Then we're gonna have B36 here, and that'll go on the top, with the big slot on the edge going to there, and then that big slot will also go on this giant tab there. Perfect. And we've got B27, which will go into the corner right here. All right, look at that. A little bit of a credenza. Now, we're gonna assemble this thing. This is gonna be B29. And this is B31. And that tab will go in that hole. Just like that. Now, this slot will go through here. I don't know how well that's going to hold. So let's find out. It's not too bad, I guess. And that tab will go in that hole. Should look like that when you're done. Now, you know what? We're going to skip some of these because they require some gluing, and we'll move on to the stuff that doesn't, and then we'll come back. All right, these are books D, the big ones with the tab. Those will go on the end here. Nice. You got 3 more slots here, 3 more, little holes here. And those are for books B, the small ones with the tab. There we go. Now for the stuff that needs to be glued. We'll start with this little cubby here. Instructions call for 4 book C's to slide on in here. I don't know what universe they're talking about because there's clearly room for a 5th one in there. So, yep, I'm just gonna put a 5th one in there. Yeah, looking at the instructions, it looks like it completely fills the slot. It just only uses 4 to do it. Here, clearly we need 5. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put 5 in there. I've got the books, the 8 books stored in the drawers on here. If I need to pull any out, it's not like anyone's gonna see inside the drawers. But let's go ahead and get these glued in. All right, there we go. The end is done. Just gotta let the glue dry, but we'll get to that, over time. Okay. Next up, these little things. Those are S10, and there are only 6 of them, and you're gonna need all 6. You need 1 stack of 4 and 1 stack of 2. And they're gonna pile up on this desk right here. It will show you what it looks like when I'm done, and of course, whichever ones you want to be on top and displayed is up to you. All right, and that is what that will look like. And last but not least, we have a book A, our first. And that will slot in here. Of course, it will have to be glued. I have chosen The Sun Also Rises. Highly recommend you read it if you haven't already. And there you go. 1 credenza complete with accessories. Just gotta let the glue dry and we can move on to the next one. All right. Here are the pieces we're going to need for the next step. We're going to build us a set of drawers. We're going to kick things off. This is B19. And we're going to need to pull out our sticker sheet again. And we're going to need all 3 of these at pages D for this bit. Looks like, and it doesn't really matter, honestly. But I'm gonna try and follow the instructions best I can. So we're gonna kick things off with this sticker, and we're gonna start by just folding it in half. And then we'll fold these down match. Actually, we don't have to fold them down to match. There is a little dotted line in there, which leaves a little excess, which is actually good thing. Okay. No dotted line on this side. That's okay. We'll just match it to the other one. Close enough. All right, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna place this right in here, about like so. We'll let the glue take hold. While that's drying, we're gonna grab B8. That's this puppy. We're gonna glue that in right next to it. And would you look at that? We're basically gonna do the same thing for B20 and B21. We're gonna be using B7 and B6 and B7 for the books. So let's go ahead and get those shelves done too. All right, y'all. So there we have our three shelves done. We can start assembling some stuff. I'm gonna start with B18 here. And notice there's a little notch on one side that goes on the bottom front. Okay, we're gonna start with B20, the largest of the three shelves. Then we'll slide in right here. The glue's not quite dry. Then B21 will go in the middle. And we'll finish it off with B20 on top. Excuse me, B19 on top. There you go. And now we've got B22 here, which will go over here. Look at that. Now, we're gonna take B23 here. We'll push this in here. To close off the bottom, B24 for the top. And B25 for the rear. And yes, the painted side goes towards the interior. And look at that. Now we're ready to start decorating the top. Alrighty, y'all. Now to finish this off, we're gonna take some books B. There's two of them here. These are the small ones with tabs. We're gonna go into the two rear slots here. I've chosen some Hemingway for this table, so also great. If you haven't read any Hemingway, highly recommend it. Then we've got B12, just a little bust here. It's gonna go in right in front of those books. Right there, just like that. And now, for some fun. This one's gonna be interesting. Alright, we're gonna have to bring this out. We're going to take this big long one here, pages B. pull this off. Now the way they've got this is odd. So they've got one flat, then two basically triangles. Yeah, not sure exactly how I'm going to do this without sticking it. Alright. So something similar to this configuration here. That's going to go on top of the desk with just a little bit of this hanging off the edge over here. So let's see how well I can do this. Alright, and that is basically how they've got it looking in the instructions. Not sure how much I like that particular configuration, but that is what we are told to do. Then we've got one more. This is a book A, small one, no tab. Got another Hemingway in here. And that's basically gonna sit like this. We're gonna have to glue that puppy on. So it should look a little something like this. And that completes the look for this. And we can bring all the stuff we've just built and bring this out as well. This is going to go into those tabs there. This is going to go right here. And our ladder here is going to go over here. So when all is said and done, it should look a lot like that. Awesome. And now it's time to move on. All right. Next up, we're going to be building us a couch, and well, I can't really say building a rocket because there are no pieces other than this. In fact, we can go ahead and put this on right now. This is C26, and it will go into these two little slots right there. Just like that. That's all there is for the rocket. All right, back to the couch. Okay, for the couch, we have B2. We're gonna take B34 here. That's gonna go in this upper hole, just like this. This is gonna make the back of the couch. And yes, make sure the paint is facing inwards. I'm going to take C8, and it'll go in that hole. This will be the seat of the couch, just like that. And this is B3, and that'll go over here again with the paint facing inwards. Just like that. All right, with this done, we can take B37, and that'll go into there from the bottom up. All right, look at that. And now we have B9 and B33. Honestly, not sure which is which. I think this one's mine, yeah. And that will go glue onto the outside like this. Now you wanna make sure you line it up just right. You'll notice there's still two pegs facing, down. You need those pegs because that's going to go into the main board. We're just going to glue this on the edge, and that will go on the other side. All right, and there we go. Going to take a little break and let the glue dry here before we move on. Okay, that should be enough. Now we're going to take these. That is two C7s and a B32. And they're basically going to line up as the rear cushions on this thing, just like that. So let's go ahead and get those glued into place. All right, looks a little something like that. We're gonna give that glue a little time to dry as well. All right, now we're gonna take C6, there are 2 of them. There's just little pillows, we're gonna glue those on. And then we've got one of our little open books here. Doesn't matter which one, it looks like one of the smaller ones that we've created. And that will glue on the center as well. So let me go ahead and, looks like I missed a little bit on the sanding. Get these glued on, I'll show you what it looks like in the end. And it should look a little something like that. The glue still has to dry a bit, but it'll dry clear, and it should look a little something like that when you're done. And you can pull this out, and the 4 legs that we pointed out earlier are gonna go into the 4 holes here. So we've got a nice little couch in the middle of our setup. And it should look a little something like that when you're done. Awesome. Let's see what's next. Okay, time for another bookshelf. All right. So we're gonna kick things off. We're gonna take C17 here, and we're gonna take 2 C15s. I'm gonna plug those in like this. So it looks a little something like that. And then we've got C16, and that will come in right here. All right, a little something like that. Now, we've got 4 C10s. Those will go into these holes here and here. And then we've got C13, which will attach over here, and C14, which will go on the other side. Let's do one, and then I'll show you, and then we'll get the other done. So, should look just like that. And then we'll do the other side. All right, look at that. And yes, this is all the unpainted sides. You want to make sure orientation is in there, because when it goes in, it's going to be visible mostly from this side, this angle. So you're going to want to make sure all the painted sides are facing this way. Now with all that in, we're going to take C21 here, and that will go right here. Just like that. Next up, we're gonna flip this. We're gonna take C25. That should come in here. Just like that. And we've got 2 C18s. And those are gonna come in here. Look at that. All right, next up, this one you gotta be careful with. You've got these C11s, and if you'll notice, this tab is centered. This tab is a little off center, okay? So if you're holding it with the off center tab up, the off center should be to the right if it's C11. Over here you have C12, where the off-center tab is to the left. You'll take your C11s, make sure the off-center tab goes in here, just like this. And then you'll do C12 on the other side. Just like that. Now we've got 2 C20s, and those are just going to plug in like this. Always making sure you got the painted side facing the correct direction. right, just like that. Now comes the fun part. So we're bringing out the stickers again. And this time you're gonna need Pages C, these 3 stickers here. And those are gonna go onto this. This is U25. So basically we're just gonna be putting them vertically, okay? And then we're gonna slide these 2 tabs into those 2 slots right there to make it nice and visible. But first I gotta pull the protective film off, then I'll get the stickers in, and I'll plug this in and show you what it looks like. And so it should look a little something like that. Awesome. All right, with that in place, we can take C9 here, and that will go on top. Just like that. Now we have 8 of these little C5s. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put 2 in each hole and make sure the paint is facing outward for each. So let me do one of these real quick to show you what I mean. There we go. So you've got a nice solid painted brick on top. We're gonna do the same for each of these. There you go. Now comes the fun part. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take another one of these folded books, these open books here. Okay, the small ones. And that's gonna get glued in right here, okay? In addition, we're gonna take our pile of books A, that is the small books, we're gonna throw them in all 4 sides that have bookshelves. So a total of 12 shelves that need to be filled. And again, that can be done in any way you so choose. I'm gonna go ahead and see about replicating what they've got in the instructions to the best of my ability. But you do you. Let me get it done. I'll show you what it looks like in the end. All right. We've got all our books lining all of our shelves. Look at how awesome that is. That is just incredible. All right, now there are 2 tabs on the bottom here. That'll go into these 2 slots right here. And boom, look at that. Another set of shelves ready to rock and roll. Incredible. Let's see what's next. Alrighty, y'all. So, next up we're gonna build, I don't know, credenza of sorts. We're gonna kick things off with C22. And we've got 2 C24s. And those go in the sides just like so. So it should look like that. And right on the front, we have C23. And it'll just fit in again, just like a nice little puzzle. Look at that. Now we're gonna populate the top. We'll start with C19 here. Then we'll just go in right there. Ooh, that's pretty loose. Probably gonna have to glue that one in. All right, you'll notice we've got two more holes over here. Those are for books B. That is the small ones with the tabs. So we'll go ahead and get those in as well. Look at that. Then we're gonna take two books A. We'll get those in. They're gonna glue right on top as well. So let's do that. There we go. And we'll finish it off with a couple of stickers. It'll be pages A. Right here, a little letter. And we'll just get it right on the corner there. These are gonna overlap each other. Just like this. And now, it's got 3 tabs on the bottom. We got 3 slots right here. It'll just slide right in. Look at that. Looking good. We're actually almost done with part 1 here. Just a few things left to go. Okay, and here we have the final items for part 1. We have 5 more pieces here. This is D4, 2 of them, and D5, 3 of those. And they're basically books using P14 and P15. So let's get those stickers on. There's only 5 of them. All right, there we go. All 5 have their stickers on now. Why, you may ask, did we just do 5 more books when we have so many that we haven't used yet? Well, that, my friends, is because these are a different dimension, and what they're actually for is to create the stand for a table. So these are gonna have to be stacked pretty much however you want. To make a base for a little end table. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting those glued together. You know what? I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry between each one. So let me go ahead and just get this done, let it dry, and I will be right back. Okay, don't know if it's fully dried or not, but you get something very similar to this when you're done. Just a stack of off-kilter books to be used as a base for this little tabletop. Now before I put that on, this is a T13. This little rose is T12. We're gonna go ahead and plug that rose right on in. Look at how beautiful that looks. All right. Now, we're gonna go ahead and glue this tabletop right on top of those books. All right. We'll give it a little second to dry and we'll be right back. Alrighty, and with that in place, we've got one more open book, another one of the small ones. And that will go right on the table. Much like this. Now, this table will go right about here on the end of the couch. About like this, give or take. So let's go ahead and get that glued in. All right, now while we're waiting on that glue to dry, we can start with this. Now, these pieces here are S5 and these are S9. These are little cardboard pieces. The plastic ones, on the other hand, are U1, 2, 3, and 4. And they are going to be using up these stickers here. So we're going to pull the protective plastic off, then put these stickers on to make a bunch of paintings, and then we'll start placing everything. All right, there we go. All of the stickers are in place. Now it's time to figure out the best way to get all of these in. I think we'll kick things off over here. All three of these are going to go in front of this desk. And of course, I've got to glue everything in, but once everything dries, I'll bring it all up for a nice close-up so you guys can see where everything went. Okay, I've got them in here. Like I said, I'll bring it up for a closer look once everything is dry. For now, we've got these two S5s. And the S5s are gonna go right in front of this. All right, last but not least, we've got this U1 with the sticker and the two S9s. The S9s will go in front of the desk here. The U1 will go on the side. Perfect. All right. Now, of course, the glue still has to dry. It will dry clear. I know there's a little excess over here. Sorry about that, right there. But you can see where everything sits. All right, I've turned the camera light on so you can get as good an image as you can. But look at this. Look at how beautiful all of this is. This is gorgeous. And that, my friends, is the end of part 1 of this build. Oh, it's coming along wonderfully. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. But for now, we'll have to call it a day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.